Sure, not all of us have the $100 it takes just to get in the door of one particular swanky steakhouse, but it might be worth it to experience some of the crispiest, truffliest, parmesaniest fries out there. Based in the Big Apple, Smith & Wollensky's upscale lounges have populated the East Coast and international hotspots, such as London to Taipei, pairing a marrow-soaked filet mignon or a Wagyu burger with the truffle fries is the sort of indulgent touch we'd look for from this steakhouse institution.
There's a lot more to what we do than just steak.
Steaming hot and salty, these fries are great for sopping up the succulent juices, while the umami funk of the truffle variety upgrades an already indulgent experience. In any case, the potatoes are sliced into hefty spears and fried to a golden brown hue. While there are razor-thin shoestring fries and heftier wedges elsewhere, Smith & Wollensky offers a happy medium. Not into the mushroomy aroma of truffle fries? Thankfully, the standard hand-cut fries can't miss, especially for about $10. Wolfgang Steakhouse was established by Wolfgang Zwiener, not Wolfgang Puck. Zwiener is a legend in his own right. He has over 40 years in the restaurant industry and 21 steakhouses under his belt. But what we're really here for when we talk about Wolfgang's is the fries. Hearty and filling, they're carved over an inch thick with a battered exterior that's ballerina light and airy, perfect for sopping up peppercorn sauce or ketchup. New York Magazine highlights the establishment's cottage fries, a cross between potato chips and baked wedges. Truthfully though, customers appear to enjoy both types of fries. But whether ordering a delightfully large porterhouse or the lunch menu's signature hamburger, traditional frites can't fail. To sample them yourself will likely require venturing to the East Coast. Most locations of Wolfgang's Steakhouse, save for Boston, Massachusetts, and Somerville, New Jersey, are in New York. The company also operates in Hawaii, as well as several international locations. Side dishes aren't a concept that Morton's the Steakhouse takes lightly, not when its signature sides are such a huge deal. Many of us sitting down for our reservations would be wise to opt for the restaurant's matchstick parmesan and truffle fries, a true staple. Arriving in a huge haystack infused with truffle, herbs, and sharp parmesan, these fries are supremely crunchy and airy, with a skinny shape that's engineered for non-stop snacking. On top of that, they're plenty versatile with a variety of prime meats and glorious appetizers. Did we mention they're discounted on the steakhouse's happy hour menu? Potato lovers are in luck at Ruth's Steakhouse, whether they like them scalloped, creamed, baked to perfection, or even served as dessert.
Their signature side is a sweet potato casserole. Honestly, this thing is so good and so sweet, a lot of people get it for dessert.
Whatever variation someone chooses, they can use it to top off a sizzling chop of your choice. At one point, the steakhouse chain served stick-thin shoestring fries, but somewhere along the way a shift occurred to the classically cut julienne fries found on the menu today. Who can tell the difference when they're exceptionally crunchy and seasoned just right? In this case, Ruth's Chris using the word julienne is referencing the slicing technique utilized across an array of vegetables, and most popularly, potatoes. Carving them this way makes them noticeably slimmer, with a thinner width associated with the kind that comes with your Big Mac. And as you might expect, the shape is part of the reason why these fries result in such a dark golden hue and snap with every nibble. The Palm, claiming around 20 chop houses, is centered around Italian cuisine.
The original owners didn't intend sirloins to be their specialty.
Italian steakhouse isn't a concept you hear too often.
Luxurious dishes like the chicken parmigiana are served alongside pastas and pizzas. And when choosing a side, there's no reason not to try green beans with pancetta or black truffle risotto. But allow us, if you will, to offer a counterpoint with the Italian herb hand-cut fries. A flavorfully fragrant take you'll be wishing every eatery jumped on. Even though the menu doesn't describe the seasoning blend per se, our instincts fall back on the staples of Italian cooking: basil, oregano, and rosemary. That evokes a fragrant note on top of the ample coating of salt. These fries are delightfully crispy with uneven edges, and if you want to experience them for yourself, Midtown Manhattan is where you'll find the original restaurant, but other locations are scattered around the US plus Mexico. While it can be a bit campy, Outback Steakhouse is more accessible and bargain-friendly than most high-end dining establishments serving steak.
When you throw boomerangs, they come back. Both times I was thrown out of Outback, I came back.
Two varieties of fries are available to choose from. There's the highly seasoned Aussie fries, and then there's the appetizer that's hot on everybody's lips, the heavily loaded Aussie cheese fries drenched in cheese and bacon. Now, it isn't complicated that people like melted cheese, especially when bacon and potato wedges are concerned. Yet Outback one-ups its take on the junky snack in a few key ways. First, it tosses on cheddar and Monterey Jack in order to keep the taste sharp and the texture gooey. Second, it uses good-sized fries, solidly firm with a tender potato filling, which is great for your taste buds, but not so much for your diet. The enormous 2,620 calorie count could be a deterrent if you plan on mixing and matching other side dishes with your main course. When making your own French fries, Kennebec potatoes are an excellent choice to have on hand. Besides achieving a crackly crunch when fried, these potatoes have peels that aren't as tough as russets. This results in a hearty yet airy fry that tastes delicious with the peel left on. The majority of carnivores will find Steak 48 unapproachable, as only 6 major cities have a location. But when you're in Beverly Hills or Houston, dropping the $100 that's required to even rest your rear in a chair just might be worth it so you can try the fries. Diners give them the thumbs up for the impressive ingredients that bump up the elegance. A trifecta of Parmesan, goat cheese, and coarse sea salt, procured from the English town of Malden, tops every steaming hot batch, which is, of course, sizzled in truffle oil every time. Billed as a northern Italian steakhouse, Davio's exemplifies the region's strong flavors through the lens of an old-school American brasserie. Combining these culinary traditions is what gets you the Parmigiano fries, an incredibly delicious showing capable of giving the spinach alla romana a run for its money. While the ratio of cheese, salt, and umami aroma may not be everyone's cup of tea, it shines here, and the heaping plateful is more than enough to help you determine whether you're a fan or not. Now, Parmigiano Reggiano and Parmesan are closely linked, with both being robustly flavored hard cheeses rendered from cow's milk. But to actually be considered the real deal in Italy requires the cheese to be manufactured in the regions of Parma and Reggio Emilia. That, in addition to a rich truffle-spiked aioli unveiled at the table, puts Davio's at an advantage for creating a memorable enough side item. The Capital Grille, with 60-plus locations catering to the classier elements of red meat, manages to create a standout side from a well-tread flavor pairing. Paying customers have nibbled on these mouth-watering Parmesan truffle fries with steaks, hamburgers, and seafood, and regardless of the entree, the savory crunch is consistently on point in all contexts. The basic gist? The fries are cut to regular proportions, cooked in truffle oil, and then sprinkled with just enough grated Parmesan cheese to spike every mouthful with a salty kick. They're available on their own or coupled with the Capital Grille cheeseburger and any other number of delicious sandwiches, and they help elevate those lunchtime staples with some flair. Sometimes a good French fry can be truly outstanding without swimming in buckets of cheese or aioli sauce. Mastro's serves French fries that are worth keeping on your radar for a quality side portion that will enhance the beautifully prepared beef on your plate. As an appetizer, the razor-thin sticks are plentiful, so they're a perfect way to break bread with a large group. Mastro's masters the upscale twist on surf and turf selections, so searching for a proper course to enjoy with this side comes easy. Other offerings, such as the herb-roasted chicken or monstrously proportioned rack of lamb, say, would taste just as splendid as any filet mignon. Another contender to tempt fry connoisseurs offers lounges from coast to coast as well as in Europe and Canada. STK Steakhouse's Parmesan truffle fries might be a bit on the pricey side for some, but unlike other chop house chains charging equally high prices, the preparation here is unique. They're stout and battered, making them mistakable for French toast sticks if you weren't looking carefully. On top of that, STK Steakhouse presents them in a geometric tower that often earns comparisons to a popular stackable board game. Contrary to the overpowering aromas brought by the garnishes, Nashville's scene praises the flavors, finding they complement each other without either end overdoing it. Looking at the menu, we'd say happy hour is the best opportunity for first-timers to grab a taste. In theory, do you want fries with that is an acceptable question for a steakhouse to ask, especially when they're as exceptional as the ones from Ocean Prime. The Parmesan truffle fries consist of the crispiest hand cuts teeming with earthy truffle oil and a webbing of the classic Italian cheese and herbs. Adding them to an order guarantees a hearty dish that'll beef up any of the eatery's various meat cutlets and catches on top of any of the mouth-watering appetizers. Better yet, Select sandwiches like the Maryland Crab Melt allow you to request fries as your included side. Though locations are sparsely scattered across the country, chances are high that trekking to one will be worth the time. The steaks will blow the usual budget chop houses out of the water, and the fish is by far some of the finest. If you ask, those are both excellent excuses to order the fries. The hefty crunch and strong flavors could complement any dish. Spending oodles of cash on a luxurious feast from Charlie Palmer Steak makes spending extra for fries look like a worthy endeavor, doesn't it? The CP fries, a fitting companion to the signature CP burger, gets our vote. Many have described the fries as having a perfectly salted and crackly taste that's reminiscent of fast food. Comparisons to the Golden Arches have been drawn, but don't be mistaken, as the gourmet approach casts aside any notion that you could realistically get freshly fried fries of this caliber from a drive-through window. Of course, what's a communal pile of fries without some sort of tangy sauce for dunking them? Every order arrives steaming from the fryer and flanked by 2 different dipping sauces. A spicy chipotle aioli jazzes up a yummy tomato catsup. A few of the menu's entrees also feature fries on the side. They include a crispy falafel pita wrap, a pimento cheeseburger, and, of course, a brasserie-approved steak frites consisting of an incredible New York strip awash in a sumptuous pan sauce. Those in the camp of the skinnier the better when it comes to fries should book a spot at Hillstone Restaurant immediately. Its fries are made out of Kennebec spuds, so you get the golden finish that rounds like a dream, and the eatery doesn't cheapen the deal by opting for frozen spears either. Hillstone is sort of unusual as a chain, and that's due to the regional differences between brick and mortars. Outside of Washington, D.C., it's called the Woodmont Grill, while in parts of the East and West Coasts, you'll see it's called Houston's. As long as we can snag delectable fries, though, we're frankly unconcerned with the storefront's name. There's a vast array of dishes and cuisines that emphasizes a casual twist on the stuffier sit-down establishment, so pair the fries with whatever your appetite yearns for: sushi, steak, tuna tartare, the world's your deep-fried oyster.